guys, I am way up here. Audio is going to be changing in just a minute. Don't worry. We got two gigantic boxes here. Guys, this is Batman Hush Huntress 1/3 scale by Prime1 Studios. You know how it is. It's been over a year since we've had boxes this big in front of me. If you guys remember the Red Death video when I was living in a studio, that was crazy in itself. So I'm excited to unbox her. This is a grail to most people in their collections. This is a very sought after piece. I was lucky enough to find this locally, and I've gone to get really close to this collector, so I'm really glad that I was able to conceal the deal and bring her home. Such a beautiful lady to go well with my Jean. But this is gonna just, I'm excited for this, guys. Let's waste no more time. We're gonna show a little bit of the box. We're gonna jump in, get this unboxed, do a full review, show her off. You know where to go. So as you guys can see, this is the fabric cape edition of the Museum Masterline Hush Huntress. Double box here. Guys, this was so massive, it didn't even fit in my car. I had to get help bringing this home. Like, you guys do not understand the true mass of 1/3 scale unless you truly collect it. It takes up space fast. But I love the beautiful art on this art box. They really went a long way of just bringing so much attention to detail to this. Yes, this is the fabric cape edition. We are gonna mess with a little bit of posing with this, but nothing too crazy. You know how it is. Got the DC logo, and then coming over to the side, we got Batman. And if we have this skin texture on this Huntress, I'm gonna be so freaking happy. Coming over here to the side of the box, nothing too crazy, just a bunch of different Batman logos and other stuff resembling Huntress and her character with her little logo right there on the side. For people that are interested, I do have 52 out of 500. Let's waste no more time here. We're going to start with this box right here, as this box is the one with the base. The smaller one I know has the cape and other pieces. So I want to go through the heavy box, the big box first. We're going to get that out of the styrofoam, show you guys all of those little bit of goodies, and we'll go from there. I will see you when she is out of the right box. Here we do have the styrofoam. Let's pull this up. Let's look at it. Let's see this freaking big ass base, and I will see you guys in a second. Shit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is so massive. Alrighty, so in box one here, what it looks like, what we got is, we got a bunch of the hand switch outs here. We got the parts for the top of the base here. We have the top of the base, couple of the arms, this big ass key part of the base, and it looks like some more arm switch outs right here. So let's get all of this removed, so you guys can see all of this, and then we'll go from there. And here we have all the switch outs out of the container, looking super great, beautiful, not realizing how massive this base truly, really is. This thing is beefy. Like, I'm talking like your cake when you were 12 years old, that was way too much for you to eat, but your parents still got it you anyways. But looking at some of the arms here, looking at that beautiful purple that is on here. Super well done. The armor padding, the gauntlets, the skin texture that they were able to get on this, if we're able to capture that. Don't know if you guys were able to see that on camera, but there's a really nice skin tone texture that is on this piece itself. Very beautiful pieces throughout it. I mean, even when you're going to other pieces such like her gun, it is very well done and sculpted. The hand and the gloves and the way that it all comes together, so fucking well done. Like, perfect. You can see especially right up in here inside of the arms. Do a little close up here. Taking a closer look at some other pieces of the base. Some things that I really like as well are these little itty bitty pieces that are key into these four parts of the base. There are four of these. I love the detail that are on these. Everything has a really nice shade of gray and purple to it as well, which I find just very beautiful and just a very nice touch as well. Some other things that are really nice pointed detail, super freaking long pull, and just some nice beautiful sculpted hands. We will be more looking at the base when it is out of this box and onto the turntable. This is just an extremely heavy base, and I don't want to be just keep it up, lifting it up and down, up and down. But one thing I will show you guys right off the bat here is going to be this big ass little thing, this rock that keys into the side. Very nice detail. The texturing is insane on this. This has so much weight to it. Like, just holding this underneath the camera is a little bit of a workout here. Like, this thing got some beef to it. The thickness on it and the way that they were able to sculpt the bricks into here were just so nicely well done. Prime 1 killed it with this piece. Like, attention to detail, paint applications, very well done. It looks super muddy. There's some purple in here. There's some grays. There's a little bit of brown in here as well. Touch of black and a little bit of more like that poop brown, as you guys can see up in there as well. Same thing on the back, just with a little bit more purple on it as well. So let's pull out box 2, look at that, and we will get her all set up. Alrighty, well, today what we're going to be showing and kind of just talking about here is the base to start off with this 1/3 scale Huntress. It is beautiful, it is massive, and there is so much to see with this, so much detail on every side of this. Everything offers something a little different, whether it's more grays, more purples, but all I'm going to say right off the bat is this brick is very well done. It looks just like something you'd see off a wall. The slight bits of gold, and like I said, like I was talking about, that purple is something else. And you guys are going to see a little bit of damage up inside the keys. I've already sent this statue in to be repaired, so as I am making this video right now, you guys aren't going to notice the damage anymore. I got it professionally repaired, so we got fixed with that. But it is crazy. One of my favorite parts about this is the bottom of the base, the sticker that they decided to go with for the hush part of this. It's just so well done and detailed. Not something that they had to do, but they did it, and it was a nice touch. The next thing we're going to be talking about, though, is going to be the massive amounts of switch outs that this piece offers. I mean, you guys can see right here, you get 4 freaking different arm switch outs, 5 different weapon switch outs if you want to include the pistol that does come with it. But one thing that we are going to talk about real quick here that I think that isn't talked about a lot is the difference in the crossbows here. In the more traditional crossbow, you got the fabric string that is holding it back, and it is very tight. It's not like the Sideshow Hawkeye where it's a little bit looser. And then you go over to this big long crossbow with the super great amounts of detail, and it has that sculpted bit to it. I really thought that was an interesting touch of detail that Prime 1 decided to do with this. But this bigger crossbow is my favorite piece. It has a lot of detail in it, a lot of great paint applications. The hand is very well sculpted on it, and it just looks really mean on the piece. This is the main piece that I display this with, and I am just impressed by it by all means. And just be careful, those arrows are very fragile, like extremely fragile. But the paint job on these arms are just next to nothing, freaking perfect. The pouches are very well done. I like the wrinkles they have in them. The armor on the gauntlets, the your elbow pads. Sorry, I was trying to think of what those were called for a second. I couldn't remember. But the elbow pads look great, and the skin texturing on this piece is really well done. Almost as well done as the Joker 1/3 from Blitzway, and the way that they're able to paint that skin texture into there. I love it when statue companies are able to nail that and just bring another life of realism to these pieces. And each one of these arms have a switch out for different things, whether you're wanting to use a different staff or a different bow. You will see that when I'm putting this piece all together, I do show you what all the arms do and what they are meant for. But they're very nice, and Prime 1 did not have to go this hard. Like I said, there's a lot of different switch outs in here to where if you're bored one week, well, guess what? You can display it a different way another week. And the pose is not boring. It's something that really, truly is something close to bringing the comic to life. And I really love this gun switch out here. The muscle detailing on the hands, the pistol is very well sculpted. The paint applications are just perfect. And also be careful with these pieces. They're very fragile, very, very fragile pieces, and each individual one of these have a different key for individual parts on the base. So you can't just put these anywhere you want. There's specific key and pieces for this.
I do like the poles. I personally not going to probably display them myself, but they are a nice touch to have. You get 2 options for it, which is, like I said, something they didn't have to do, but, you know, it is what it is. So let's move on. Let's start putting this piece together, and I will see you guys when we go up with that. And here she is with the fabric cape on her. I am still messing with it as I am talking on the video right now. Still not perfect. Have some things that I didn't like with it and still messing with. But overall, I think this fabric part of the cape really, truly makes this statue shine so much more. And I love this cape. Here we're showing you just a closer look at the cape with the head on the piece before we put it on the back of the shelf. I really like this cape, even though I do have my issues with it. I do really think this adds a lot more presence to the statue, as this is a very dynamic piece in my opinion. So having a cape that's this large and also having it wired in fabric really adds a lot of dynamic themes to this piece. But let me know what you think about it.
So if I'm going to be able to capture it, let me grab my light. There is a little gap up in there. Just the tiniest gap. You can see where that shadow is. That's how big the gap is. But there's just a little gap in between. Don't worry, that was not a statue that fell. There's a little bit of a gap in between, but otherwise it looks fabulous. This is one of the top pieces in my collection. This thing is just fucking massive. It's huge. It displays so much presence. There's so much going on with this piece. I love the way this thing looks, and especially with that gigantic crossbow and her holding that gun. Very freaking nice. This is just a 10 out of 10 piece. Prime 1 really showing how well they're able to do not only their paint job, but just the attention to detail on characters, from bringing it to comic book to 3D. This is beautiful. Let's go on top. Let's talk about her, give you my full review, and just kind of my thoughts on her and what I think about this piece, as this is the second female in my collection. So we will see kind of what I think about that. I will see you guys up there in just a second. Howdy everybody, we're back on top talking about this beautiful Huntress statue that is over here, giving my final thoughts and what I really truly feel about this piece. Do I think it's sorry about that. Do I think it's a banger, or do I think it is a really not that good of a statue? I'm going to start with bat. This is a banger. This is a staple in anyone's collection that collects Batman female statues. Just freaking Hush line for general. Like, if you collect the Hush line and you don't have this Huntress, I definitely guarantee you that you're going to want this in your collection. Another thing I want to talk about, this is a very fragile piece. So for people who do not have this piece and are thinking about getting this piece in their collection, be very careful and be very gentle with unboxing this. I'm talking the hair is fragile. The shoulders can be very fragile at times, so be careful and make sure to watch a video of someone else assembling this just in case before anything else. Like you saw in my video, I put her in first and assembled her before I put in that big key of the base, because you're going to have troubles putting the arm with the gun in if you don't do that. So as you guys saw in that, that's the reason why I set it up the way I did, because even Batman Statue Collector, he's the reason why I was able to set this up correctly without damaging the arm. So just make sure in advance to watch an unboxing before putting this piece together. But otherwise, this is a truly beautiful piece. I am very shocked about the amount of switch outs that you get with this. Let me count real quick. 1, 2, 3. 3 different arm switch outs. And then you get 1, 2, 3,
4 different switch outs for weapons. You get 2 different staffs, which they didn't have to give you 2 at all, but you get one that's more standing out, and then you get one that's closer together, and then you get 2 separate crossbows. And then also on top of that, other way, you get the gun to display it with it, which is super cool, and all the detailing on all the hands, very well done. This piece, like, I have a couple quarter scales in my collection, and I have a couple, I mean, not quarter scales, 1/3 scales in my collection, but also as well, I have some that are on the way. And am I happy that this piece is going to be displaying with all my other 1/3 scales? Yes, very much so. I am very excited for it. This is a massive piece. I thought Prime 1 Red Death was huge, but you guys can see him right underneath Lobo. I thought his base was, like, it's massive, and it's wide. Like, it's probably wider, honestly, than the Huntress base. But, like, seeing that base and seeing this base, it's crazy that Prime 1 just really never gives up when it comes to a big base. Them and XM were just known for making just extremely what-the-fuck bases, and you don't know what to do with it in your collection. But this is not a permanent spot for her as well. Eventually, she is going to be right next to where Red Death is on the shelf, right over there, replacing Magneto. Because this whole top shelf is going to be 1/3 scale. And then Venom is going to be on this as well. We're on a pedestal. Still haven't decided that yet, but he's still got like 8 months or so till he's here, give or take. But this piece, it's truly immaculate. And I am surprised by the amount of tones of purple that are in this, not only inside of the rock itself, but also inside of the suit, because the suit has like 3 or 4 different shades of purple. The gauntlets are different shades, then a little bit lighter than everything else. I mean, the cuffs going down here where she has the sleeves, and all of the little pouches, they're incredible. They're very well sculpted. They all got their own distinctive wrinkles in it, and like I was saying down below, there's a lot of different texturing in this statue that makes this just really well done. I love everything about this piece. The only gripe I'm going to say I have with this piece, at least with the fabric edition, is how hard it is to display the head with it. Like, I had to put the head on the cape first to put it on, just so I wouldn't have much of a gap. I still have a gap on there, so I'm going to wait a week to see if I'm going to be keeping it on there or not, or we're going to be removing the cape and just displaying it where you can see her ass. Either way, I don't know which way I'm going to be displaying this, but I like it. And I want to get a 3D printed gun for right here on the, this way. Right here on the belt, there is a little holster. I would like to get a 3D gun made for that inside of there. But it's, if you are a fan of Hush, this is a must-have. This is probably one of my favorite face sculpts, right behind XM's Magneto and the 1/3 scale Joker from Prime1studio and Blitzway. But it's just the sheer amount of detail in those eyes and those lips, the skin texturing. Like, there's so much that was well done with this, and it was just art direction, paint, sculpt. It's a 10 in my opinion. This is a 10 out of 10 statue. This is a must-have, like I said, for Batman statue collectors or anything like that. This is a menacing piece. Wow. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys have this piece as well? And if you do, let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys have the sculpted or the fabric? And if so, do you wish you had one or the other? But also, is this a piece that you guys been looking for in your collection as well? Is there a reason why you guys haven't pulled the trigger on it? I like to know you guys' feedback. So let me know what you guys think about this piece. Do you think this was a great pickup or not? But I'll see you guys in that next video. The next unboxing you are going to see is most likely either going to be Moon Knight from Sideshow or XM Archangel version A. But depending on which one gets here first, it's kind of like a fight which one gets here. But I will see you guys in that next video for the unboxing, and I'll see you in the next video that we do post. But make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did like this video, and I will see you guys later. Look at that beauty. Just look at her under the lights. So good. I gotta get a light right underneath here. So, whoop. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to try and move my fingers while looking at my fucking monitor. Jesus. But I'll see you guys in that next video. Have a great day, and I'll see you later.